They're furious because you stood unbreakable against their manipulation tactics. All their calculated efforts to conquer your spirit met with absolute failure. Now they've launched a vengeful campaign to make you pay for daring to maintain your sovereignty. Their singular focus has become punishing you for escaping their control matrix and exposing the hollowness of their perceived power. But cosmic forces have aligned in your favor. Their attacks backfire with perfect precision. Their greatest weapon against you has become your most powerful tool for liberation. The universe doesn't make mistakes. This confrontation was destined to reveal your extraordinary resilience and awaken your dormant spiritual gifts. You possess something rare, something extraordinary. The universe embedded a recognition system within your soul that instantly detects falsity. When they approached with their mask of charm, your spiritual radar blared warnings that others missed. Their sweet words turned bitter on your tongue. Their promises rang hollow in your ears. They expected you to fall at their feet, grateful for their attention. They anticipated your desperation for approval. They craved your submission, yet you remained unmoved, unimpressed, unconquered. This defiance shook them to their foundation. Never before had someone seen through their performance so completely. Your strength didn't come from arrogance. It came from truth residing in your bones. It came from ancient wisdom flowing through your veins. The universe chose you as a vessel of authentic power, power they could never manufacture through manipulation. Their confusion turned to frustration. Their frustration transformed into determination. This one will be different, they thought. This one requires special handling. Little did they know, the harder they pushed, the stronger your resistance grew. The divine spark within you refused to be extinguished. Long before this encounter, cosmic forces wove protection into your very DNA. The shield around your heart wasn't built in a day. It was crafted through lifetimes of growth, setbacks, triumphs and revelations. Your soul carries the accumulated wisdom of countless journeys. The cosmic architects designed your soul with specialized defenses, rare energetic filters that process manipulation and instantly recognize its hollow signature. These divine safeguards activate automatically in your presence, creating distortions in the frequency of deception that make falsehoods painfully obvious to your heightened senses. Your spiritual immune system identifies and neutralizes toxic intentions before they can penetrate your energy field's core chambers. Deep within your consciousness exists a blueprint of authentic connection. Your soul remembers what real love feels like. This memory served as your comparison point, highlighting the emptiness of their offerings. They presented fool's gold. You recognized the lack of true value immediately. Even during moments of doubt, and yes, there were moments, something within you remained uncompromised. A sacred chamber in your spirit stayed sealed against their invasions. This inner sanctuary preserved your essence while they attempted to rewrite your story. When charm failed, they deployed darkness. Their arsenal of manipulation expanded. Criticism disguised as concern, insults masked as jokes, isolation presented as special connection. Each tactic designed with surgical precision to cut away your confidence and replace it with dependence. The calculated escalation revealed their desperation. Weekend ambushes of emotional warfare, midnight campaigns of psychological infiltration, dawn assaults designed to catch you vulnerable and disoriented. The methodical timing of their attacks exposed a strategic mind functioning solely for domination. Their battle plans grew increasingly complex as simpler tactics failed against your strengthening defenses. Previously successful maneuvers that had conquered countless others became useless against your evolving spiritual immune response. They became obsessed with conquering your spirit. Your resistance fueled their determination. They studied your vulnerabilities, probing for weak points in your spiritual armor. Any flicker of self-doubt became their target. Any past wound became their weapon. The energy vampirism intensified. Conversations left you mysteriously drained. Interactions that should have been simple became complex emotional labyrinths. They created chaos, then offered themselves as the solution to the very storms they engineered. Their most insidious tactic, making you question your extraordinary perception. You're too sensitive. You're imagining things. No one else has these problems with me. This deliberate confusion targeted the very gift that protected you, your spiritual clarity. What terrified them most was your potential. They sensed the dormant power within you. They recognized what might awaken should you fully embrace your abilities. Their desperate attempts to cage your light revealed their greatest fear, being outshined by your authentic brilliance. Beneath the surface battle, a transformation began. While they believed you were weakening, you were actually gathering strength. The pressure they applied created the perfect conditions for your spiritual diamond to form. Their darkness made your inner light burn with new intensity. In the silence between their onslaughts, your inner wisdom spoke with increasing clarity. Messages arrived through dreams, through synchronicities, through sudden revelations that expanded your understanding. The universe conspired to educate you through this challenge. Your spiritual muscles developed through resistance. Each attack required you to reach deeper into your reservoir of power. Abilities you never knew you possessed suddenly emerged when needed most. Intuitive hits became stronger, boundaries became clearer, purpose became sharper. This awakening process brought pain, necessary pain for your evolution. The discomfort of shedding old limitations, the ache of rapid spiritual growth, the disorientation of seeing through new eyes. Yet with each internal shift, your foundation strengthened. Your roots extended deeper into truth. The cellular memory within you activated ancient codes of resilience. Quantum intelligence in your DNA sparked dormant spiritual technologies programmed specifically for these challenges. Wisdom from parallel lives and alternate dimensions flooded your consciousness during dream time, downloading battle strategies against dark manipulation. The cosmic library granted you access to sealed records containing forgotten knowledge about psychic defense mechanisms. Your very molecular structure reorganized to accommodate higher frequencies of truth, frequencies that naturally repel the lower vibrations of deception. What they mistook for compliance was actually strategic withdrawal. You appeared to retreat, yet you advanced inwardly. You seemed quiet, yet cosmic conversations roared within. You looked defeated, yet victory was brewing in your soul. Your awakening proceeded with divine timing, invisible to those who see only with physical eyes. The following is a message from Mike, founder of the Obsidian Inner Order, powered by Astral Atom. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you walk through this awakening alone. Never gonna scroll past your suffering like it's just content. This isn't just a rickroll, it's a lifeline in disguise. I built the Obsidian Inner Order because too many of us have been exiled for seeing the truth, cast out by family, gaslit by cults, haunted by gifts we didn't ask for. So now, we gather. Every week, live on Zoom, real people, real faces. A former CFO turned psychic, a seer who escaped Mormonism, a healer who broke free of ritual abuse. And yes, the calls are recorded, so when you're on the floor, you can come back to the field. We're not a meme, we're a miracle, and we're never gonna give you up. Join the Obsidian Inner Order, link in the description. Their composure cracked, the mask slipped, the calculated charm deteriorated into raw fury. Their carefully constructed image collapsed under the weight of their growing desperation. For the first time, you witnessed the truth of what lurked beneath their performance. This rage revealed everything. The intensity of their anger directly proportional to the power of your resistance. Their extreme reaction exposed the magnitude of their failure. No balanced person erupts with such venom over simple rejection. Their explosion confirmed your intuition had been correct all along. Their control slipping away triggered primal fear within them. Without dominance, they faced their greatest terror, confronting their own emptiness. Your freedom threatened their entire identity. Your unwillingness to play their game invalidated their perceived superiority. Cosmic terror gripped their being as your independence solidified. Their existential dread manifested as increasingly erratic behavior, evidence that your liberation exposed the artificial nature of their power structure. The foundation of their reality crumbled with each boundary you maintained. Each instance of your self-trust demolished another cornerstone of their illusory empire. The authentic authority emanating from your aligned spirit stood in stark contrast to their manufactured dominance, creating a comparison their fragile ego could not survive intact. Watch closely how they fluctuate between tactics now. Rage followed by false remorse, threats followed by hollow promises, each swing more dramatic than the last. These erratic shifts signal a critical truth. They have lost the upper hand. Their script has failed. Their playbook holds no effective strategy against your awakened spirit. Their powerlessness transforms them into a cornered animal, unpredictable and dangerous, yet ultimately defensive rather than truly powerful. Their rage stems not from strength, but from fundamental weakness. Their attacks intensify precisely because their influence diminishes. The cosmic irony of their position remains invisible to them, yet increasingly obvious to you. With calculated precision, they launch assaults from multiple directions. Messages arrive through unexpected channels. Mutual connections suddenly carry their poison. Your phone buzzes with their energy at all hours. They materialize in spaces where you once felt safe. Their determination manifests as omnipresence. Each approach carries tailored bait designed to hook you back into their reality. One message appeals to your compassion, another triggers guilt, a third awakens old patterns of responsibility, a fourth ignites fear. They cast these varied lines into your waters, desperate for any emotional response that might re-establish connection. The smear campaign begins. Stories circulate, stories that distort your character beyond recognition. They paint themselves as victim while casting you as villain. They rewrite history with such conviction that even those who know you begin to question. Their reality-warping abilities reach new heights in their desperation. Previous boundaries mean nothing now. Lines you clearly drew are repeatedly crossed. Your explicit request for distance becomes the very reason they feel entitled to pursue. Your silence becomes proof that they deserve answers. Your absence becomes justification for their increased presence. Recognize this campaign for what it truly represents: validation of your spiritual power. The magnitude of their response directly reflects your significance. Universe forces don't deploy such resources against the ordinary. The cosmic battle intensified precisely because your light carries extraordinary potential. Unseen forces have monitored every moment of this experience. Spiritual guardians observed each interaction, waiting for the precise moment to intervene. Divine timing orchestrated events that seemed random, yet served your ultimate protection. Coincidences that diverted their attacks. Unexpected allies who appeared at critical moments. Sudden insights that guided your decisions. Energy returns to its sender. This universal law operates with flawless precision. Every attack they launch boomerangs back with increasing momentum. The negative intentions they direct toward you find no permanent home in your field. Instead, they circulate back to their origin point. The consequences accumulate in their reality while your path gradually clears. Cosmic justice moves at its own pace, sometimes glacially slow, other times lightning fast. Yet it moves with absolute certainty. The scales balance eventually. Their attempts to sink your ship actually position you for divine elevation. They dig downward through their actions while you are lifted upward. Protection surrounds you in layers. The innermost layer, your own intuition and discernment. The middle layer, supportive people placed strategically in your experience. The outer layer, spiritual forces operating beyond physical perception. This triple shield defense system activates most powerfully precisely when threats intensify. Their fundamental misunderstanding becomes their greatest weakness. They battle using physical weapons against a spiritual war. They deploy material threats against quantum protection. They utilize temporary power against eternal forces. The outcome was determined before they launched their first attack. Divine protection doesn't simply defend. It transforms attacks into stepping stones for your ascension. Their primary weapon, fear, begins to lose its edge. The threats that once paralyzed you now pass through your energy field without sticking. The worst-case scenarios they painted no longer activate panic. Your nervous system recalibrates to a higher functioning level despite their attempts to trigger primal responses. This transmutation defies ordinary explanation. Through this crucible, you developed alchemical abilities to transform emotional lead into spiritual gold. The fear they injected met your newly activated internal processing system, a system that extracts wisdom from terror, strength from vulnerability, certainty from doubt. The questions that once tormented you: what if they're right about me? What if I deserve this? What if I never escape? Lose their power. Your expanded consciousness recognizes these thoughts as foreign installations, rather than personal truths. You observe these questions without becoming entangled in their energy. This remarkable shift puzzles them completely. Their reliable fear triggers suddenly fail. The emotional buttons they counted on no longer connect to your response system. Your field processes their attacks differently now, neutralizing poison before it reaches your core. This development terrifies them because it renders their primary weapons useless. Your transmutation of fear represents spiritual evolution in action. Most humans require multiple lifetimes to develop this capability, yet the intensity of this experience accelerated your growth exponentially. What should have taken decades compressed into months or even weeks. Your soul sees this challenging catalyst to initiate quantum leaps in your development. The cosmic curriculum fast-tracked your graduation from spiritual kindergarten straight into advanced mastery. Your energetic promotion bypassed normal evolutionary timelines, propelling you into accelerated development that stunned even your celestial guides. The divine administration granted you special dispensation to access higher dimensional technologies typically reserved for beings in elevated states of consciousness. Your natural aptitude for spiritual alchemy, combined with this extraordinary catalyst, created the perfect conditions for evolutionary quantum leaps rarely witnessed on this planet. While focusing entirely on destroying you, they blindly orchestrate their own demise. Their obsession diverts energy from maintaining their life's foundations. Their reputation frays at the edges. Their other connections suffer neglect. Their work performance declines. Their health deteriorates under the stress of sustained hatred. The cosmic wheels of consequence turn steadily. Others begin to witness what you saw long ago. Their mask slips in multiple arenas now. The image they cultivated so carefully develops visible cracks. Questions arise among their supporters. Doubts surface within their inner circle. The contrast between their public persona and private behavior grows too stark to ignore. The irony reaches mythological proportions. In attempting to punish you for maintaining boundaries, they demonstrate precisely why those boundaries were necessary. In trying to prove you wrong about them, they provide undeniable evidence that you were right. In seeking to destroy your credibility, they systematically dismantle their own. Karmic debts come due. The spiritual accounting system operates with perfect accuracy, collecting on balances owed. The universe keeps receipts for every transgression. The energy they've invested in corruption must be balanced with equivalent purification, a process that unfolds regardless of their resistance or denial. Their ship takes on water while they remain fixated on sinking yours. Their house burns while they attempt to break into yours. Their own destruction accelerates in direct proportion to their efforts to harm you. This cosmic irony remains invisible to them, yet increasingly apparent to everyone else, the ultimate blindness that precedes their fall. From the chrysalis of this experience, you emerge transformed. The qualities that existed as seeds within you now blossom fully. Confidence that no longer requires external validation. Discernment that cuts through deception effortlessly. Boundaries established with unshakable certainty. Purpose aligned with higher principles. Values clarified through contrast with their darkness. Your voice carries new authority, not dominating authority, but the natural command that comes from speaking unfiltered truth. Words flow from a deeper source within you. Messages transmit with crystalline clarity. The power you now embody doesn't require force. It radiates naturally from your aligned presence. The gifts that remained dormant within you activate in sequence. Intuitive flashes become consistent guidance. Empathic abilities refine to distinguish between others' energies and your own. Manifestation. Powers accelerate as your field clears of their interference. Healing capabilities extend to others traveling similar paths. Your spiritual toolkit expands exponentially. Movement forward happens without effort now. Doors that seem permanently locked swing open at your approach. Synchronicities multiply around you. Divine timing places opportunities precisely when you're prepared to receive them. The resistance that once blocked your path dissolves as you embody your authentic frequency. Those with eyes to see recognize your transformation immediately. Your energy speaks before your words do. Your presence communicates beyond conscious language. Some feel inexplicably drawn to your field. Others feel unexplainably challenged by it. All sense the undeniable shift. You've become an embodied example of surviving darkness and transmuting it into exceptional light. Nothing about this experience was random. Nothing was accidental. Nothing was wasted. The precision of its design becomes increasingly clear as you gain perspective. This challenge came customized for your specific soul's development. The very aspects that made it most painful made it most effective for your evolution. This catalyst arrived exactly when your soul was prepared for exponential growth, not a moment before you could handle it, not a second later than necessary for your advancement. Divine timing placed this experience at the precise intersection point of your readiness and your destiny path. The universal forces operate with immaculate precision. Your comfort zone had become a limitation. Your established patterns had ceased serving your highest development. Your potential remained largely untapped. Dramatic intervention became necessary. To shock your system into new awareness, the divine uses darkness when gentle light proves insufficient for awakening. This challenge activated dormant spiritual DNA within you. Cosmic codes embedded in your being awaited this specific trigger to initiate their expression. Abilities programmed into your soul blueprint required this catalyst to manifest. The difficulty of this experience directly correlates with the magnitude of power it was designed to awaken. Your individual journey carries collective significance. The wisdom you gained becomes medicine for others. The strength you developed serves purposes beyond personal benefit. The light you now embody illuminates paths for those still finding their way through similar darkness. Your personal trial transforms into universal teaching through your willingness to alchemize suffering into wisdom. Fire destroys only that which cannot withstand transformation. Everything inauthentic within you burned away in this crucible. Everything essential emerged purified and strengthened. The Phoenix principle activated in your life experience. Death of the limited self-enabling birth of your expanded being. From ashes, you rise magnificent. The very flames meant to destroy you became the sacred fire of your rebirth. Your wings spread with unprecedented span. Your vision extends beyond previous horizons. Your capacity for flight exceeds former limitations. The heat intended to consume you instead activated your most glorious transformation. This rebirth transcends metaphor. Tangible evidence surrounds you, relationships realigned to match your new frequency. Opportunities resonating with your authentic path appear systematically. Internal peace persists despite external circumstances. Synchronistic confirmations arrive daily. Your manifestation abilities operate at accelerated rates. The universe responds to your elevated vibration with corresponding experiences. The contrast between your before and after states astounds even you at times. The person you were seems distant now, familiar yet fundamentally different. You honor that previous version while recognizing the necessity of its transcendence. That former self served its purpose perfectly, creating the foundation for who you've become. Through this rebirth, you join the cosmic ranks of light carriers, those who've traversed darkness and returned bearing illumination. Your journey now serves as living testimony that attempted destruction can catalyze magnificent recreation. Your presence offers silent proof that what darkness intends for annihilation, the universe repurposes for evolution. Your very existence demonstrates the ultimate spiritual truth. Authentic light cannot be extinguished by any force. It can only be temporarily covered before emerging with even greater brilliance. Their fury at failing to conquer you fuels your ascension. Their desperate attempts to make you pay balance their own karmic accounts. Their attacks backfire with perfect cosmic precision. While they remain trapped in the limited consciousness that drives their behavior, you soar beyond such constraints into expanded awareness. Their most vicious efforts to destroy you have instead revealed your indestructible nature. The divine comedy plays out exactly as designed, with you emerging victorious through surrender to your highest potential rather than resistance to their lowest attacks. Your rebirth is complete. Your power is undeniable. Your path forward is clear. The universe stands with you now, as it always has, as it always will.